Let's be honest for a second. Really, truly honest. The kind of honest we usually only allow ourselves at 2 a.m. when nobody's watching. How many times in the last 12 months have you stood on the edge of throwing away something genuinely good? Something you once begged the universe for, simply because in that particular moment it felt heavy, inconvenient, or not shiny enough anymore. You open your laptop, open a blank email, type, "Please accept this as my formal resignation," and your finger literally hovers over send for 10 straight minutes. You delete Instagram for the 47th time because one perfectly lit reel convinced you that everyone else woke up in paradise while you woke up to the same cracked phone screen and the same pile of laundry. You stay up until 3 or 4 a.m. researching one-way flights to Thailand, Portugal, Mexico, anywhere that isn't here because your perfectly fine apartment suddenly felt like a prison with rent. You ghost an old friend after one slightly awkward message that you overanalyze for 3 days. You decide the gym membership is no longer aligned with your current energy after skipping for 3 straight weeks and then feeling guilty about the money. You sit on the couch next to the person you once drove through a snowstorm just to see for 20 extra minutes and quietly think, is this really it? Did I peak at 27? We have become world champions, Olympic-level gold medalists, at tearing things down the moment they stop feeling effortless, cinematic, or aesthetically perfect. And every single time we reach for the sledgehammer, we tell ourselves the exact same soothing little story. This is growth. This is courage. This is me finally choosing myself. This is self-love. This is me leveling up. We say it so often that we actually start to believe it. In 1929, a very large Englishman who always wore a cape, a slouch hat, and carried a sword stick everywhere he went looked at this exact human impulse. The same impulse people had in ancient Rome and Victorian London and now have on TikTok, and wrote one single paragraph that has quietly saved me from self-destructing more times than I can count. His name was Gilbert Keith Chesterton, and the paragraph is now simply called Chesterton's Fence. Let me read it to you slowly, word for word, the way it deserves to be read. There exists in such a case a certain institution or law, let us say for the sake of simplicity, a fence or gate erected across a road. The more modern type of reformer goes up to it and says, "I don't see the use of this. Let us clear it away." To which the more intelligent type of reformer will do well to answer, "If you don't see the use of it, I certainly won't let you clear it away. Go away and think. Then when you can come back and tell me that you do see the use of it, I may allow you to destroy it." That's it. One paragraph. No 10-step framework, no course, no workbook. And yet, inside that one paragraph is the difference between a life spent constantly blowing things up and starting over, and a life of intelligent, gentle, deeply sustainable progress. I have that exact paragraph printed on a little card and taped above my desk, because I know myself well enough to know that without it, I am absolutely the guy who will burn the entire house down just to feel warm for 5 minutes. So let's go through the fences we swing at the most, one by one, and see what happens when we actually pause and answer Chesterton's question. First and most common, anything that has become temporarily hard. Your job that you once cried with gratitude about on your very first day. The workout routine you were proudly texting your friends about in January. The city you moved to with 2 suitcases, a dream, and 0 regrets. The relationship that once felt like the best plot twist of your life and now mostly feels like laundry, dishes, and figuring out whose turn it is to take the trash out. The second the honeymoon dopamine wears off, the voice shows up, calm and reasonable. This isn't what I signed up for. I deserve more sparkle, more excitement, more magic, time to tear it down and start fresh. I did that exact thing in 2021. I had a job that paid well, gave me genuine creative freedom, and let me work with people I actually looked forward to seeing on Monday mornings. Then came 2 rough months, normal deadlines, normal feedback that stung a little, normal adult friction, and suddenly I decided the entire career was wrong for me. I drafted the resignation email. I rehearsed the "I'm finally free" speech to my friends. I was ready. Thank God I stumbled across Chesterton's fence the night before I pressed send. I forced myself to sit down with a notebook and answer his question out loud. Why did 2019 me fight so hard to get this job in the first place? I wrote for 20 straight minutes. By the time I finished, I remembered the 6 months of unpaid evenings I spent learning new skills, the 10 rejected applications before this one, the pure relief when the offer finally came through. I remembered promising myself I would never take a stable income for granted again. I closed the laptop. I never sent the email. 2 years later, that same job handed me the single best professional opportunity I've ever had. Chesterton didn't tell me never to quit. He just said, earn the right to tear the fence down by proving you understand why you built it in the first place. 9 times out of 10, the understanding alone is enough to make you stay and fix things instead of staying and slowly resenting them. Next fence we love to kick over the moment it stops being convenient. Every single personal rule we ever set for ourselves. Bed before midnight. No phone in the bedroom. Save 20% of every paycheck. No takeout more than once a week. Drink water first thing in the morning. 10-minute walk every day. No exceptions. We write these rules in our highest moments when we feel invincible, and then we treat them like gentle suggestions from a stranger the moment they become slightly inconvenient. I used to roll my eyes at my own no phone in the bedroom rule until I went 3 months without it and ended up anxious, scrolling until 2 a.m., broke from impulse delivery orders, and 20 pounds heavier than I wanted to be. That fence wasn't put there to present me. It was put there by a wiser, battle-scarred version of me who had already lived through the slow-motion car crash of having no rules at all. When you simply stop kicking the fence for 72 hours, just 72 hours, something almost magical happens. The planks quietly slide back into place, and one random morning you wake up and realize you feel like a human being again. The exact peace you were chasing by breaking the rule in the first place comes flooding back the moment you stop breaking it. Third fence we keep attacking. The perfectly good, quiet life we already built. Piece by careful piece. The paid-off car that starts every morning without drama. The apartment that finally feels like home because you know exactly which floorboard creaks and where the afternoon light lands on the couch. The 9-to-5 that isn't going to make you famous, but pays the bills and still leaves you energy on Friday night to see people you love. The slow Saturday mornings with coffee in the same chipped mug, reading or staring out the window with no agenda and no alarm. And then one random Tuesday we open Instagram or YouTube. We see someone with 8,000 followers drinking a coconut on a beach in Bali. Caption, quit my job and finally started living. We see a van life couple filming sunsets with the line, we sold everything and gained freedom. And in 30 seconds flat, the life we once begged for feels small, embarrassing, like proof we settled. The word enough becomes the ugliest word in the English language. We open 20 browser tabs, digital nomad visas, how to make money online, 4-hour workweek summaries, flight prices, Airbnb monthly rentals. We're absolutely convinced that tearing down the calm life is the only way to feel alive again. Chesterton appears in the doorway, leaning on his sword stick, holding a steaming cup of tea, and asks the one question that has stopped literally 90% of digital nomad applications dead in their tracks. Can you first explain, slowly, in detail, on paper, why you once decided this much was enough? Because I distinctly remember you sitting on the floor of that tiny studio apartment in 2020, Crying with gratitude the day your income finally covered rent and groceries in the same month. I remember you writing in your journal, "If I never make another euro more, if this is as far as it ever goes, I will die happy." Tell me what changed. I tried to answer that question last year when I was 2 clicks away from selling everything and moving to Portugal. I opened my phone notes and started typing. I got exactly 3 sentences in and burst into tears in the middle of a quiet coffee shop. Because the second I started writing, I remembered the exhaustion, the fear, the nights I lay awake calculating whether I could eat for the rest of the month. I remembered promising myself, actually promising, that if I ever reached a place where the bills were paid, the fridge was full, and I could see friends on weekends without counting every penny, I would never complain again. The suitcase is still at the top of the closet, unopened. My life is still quiet, and I swear on everything I own, I have never felt more alive, more grateful, or more free than I do right now, right here in the life I almost threw away because someone else's highlight reel made mine look boring. Chesterton's fence is not about never changing. It's about never changing stupidly. Respect the person who built your life, plank by plank, late night decision by late night decision, tear by tear. They knew things you have temporarily forgotten in the heat of a bad week, a bad reel, or a bad January. If you want more G.K. Chesterton life philosophy that still works perfectly in 2025, and trust me, there is so much more. Like this video and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.